marijuana date spreads, as you hopefully know at this point. Paleo vegan, dairy-free, just dates and water and no added sugar. And this one's the chocolate flavored. But anyway, the point of this video is that I'm gonna show you how to make a date cookie cake. That is vegan, paleo, has no added sugar, it's grain-free, plant-based. Actually, there's one egg in it, but the rest of the ingredients are plant-based. So it's gonna be very healthy for you, totally guilt-free. We all love cookie cake, right? Grew up eating it for your birthday. What was that like cookie cake at the mall? Remember Great American Cookie? Yeah, good stuff. But this is way better for you, and probably gonna eat like the whole thing because it's lunchtime. I'm hungry, so let's get started. So the recipe for this cookie cake is gonna be sweetened only with dates. We're gonna use things like almond flour, a little pumpkin puree for some moisture and like oomph. Yeah, oomph. I guess you can use banana, but pumpkin's actually lower calorie than bananas, and just 50 per half cup, which you start comparing things, this is very low calorie, very good. Doesn't have too much taste in a recipe, it'll just kind of mimic whatever else goes into it, so it'll mimic the taste of our other ingredient. That is the key, is snickerdoodle date dough. You could use any date dough in this recipe. If you used chocolate brownie date dough, should you choose to use chocolate brownie date dough, it's just gonna come out brown and more like a chocolate brownie cookie cake, which, I mean, not a bad thing. You could use birthday cake date dough, and it will taste like a vanilla sweet funfetti cookie kind of cake, or we will do what we are doing in this video and using the snickerdoodle date dough so that it's very nice and cinnamony, and we're gonna add unsweetened chocolate chips to it. So this is the only brand of chocolate chips I will ever use. Actually, one of two. I use Hu, like HU Kitchen, and I use Lily Sweets. The ingredients are just unsweetened cocoa, inulin, which is basically like fiber from plants. It's good. Well, it's not bad. Cocoa butter, vanilla extract, sunflower lectin, and stevia. So these are the chocolate chips to use, my friends. Lily's. We're also going to need a bit of baking soda and a touch of peanut or almond butter. Now, you guys know I live and breathe and die by date spreads, clearly. But using a nut butter just a little bit in this recipe is going to kind of help with the texture of the cookie cake. But primarily we're gonna be using date spread as our spread of choice. I was debating which flavor to use in the recipe because kind of like the date doughs, they're all like interchangeable. It's just gonna mimic the final taste more like the date spread you choose. So I was like, should probably do original, pretty basic. And I was like, no, let's go vanilla. So I think there's enough to finish out this jar for the recipe, which makes it work even better. But it would be a very great idea also to use the chocolate date spread. We'll get to it now. First, you need a cup and a half of almond flour. We will use this lovely Walmart brand almond flour. Doesn't really matter where it's from, just a cup and a half of almond flour. Wow, I hate this. It's so not user-friendly. Okay. Check. Next, you use 1/3 cup of snickerdoodle date dough. Best part, smells so good, it's ridiculous. Ugh, this is legit the best thing ever. And if you didn't already know, you can use date dough to make literally like anything. I've got recipes for cookies, banana breads, date balls, cookie cakes, clearly. So much you can do. Get on the date dough train. Next is 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Spread that around. And then half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. I love cinnamon so much. Literally the best for baked goods. That banana bread I was just talking about with the snickerdoodle date dough, it's quite literally like the most cinnamony banana bread in a good way that you will ever eat. Highly recommend that video. So we have all the dry ingredients here, the almond flour, the date dough, the baking soda, and the cinnamon. And just give that a quick little whirl. Now we're gonna add the wet ingredients to this, starting with 1 egg. Ready, set? 1/3 cup of canned pumpkin. Pumpkin is such a go-to. I make so many baked goods with pumpkin. I bake pumpkin paleo pancakes with date spread and pumpkin and like eggs from scratch, quite literally like every other day. Yeah, it's the best. Makes it nice and soft. Like I said, it's very low calorie. And I'm very bad at using can openers. I actually cut myself. I had to get stitches using a can opener once. Yeah, we won't talk about that story. That's why we have this like super fancy, well, it's not fancy, it's not expensive, but like we have this very quality one now. I was using a really one, and yeah, we're okay, and we're surviving this video. It's like baby food. Next, you add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And then we're gonna add the vanilla date spread. Best part, now you need 3 tablespoons of literally any date spread. You can use vanilla, you can use original, you can use chocolate, pumpkin spice, cinnamon. Ooh, cinnamon date spread would be perfect in this. I should have a jar open. Or a new cookie date spread. It tastes amazing. So use any date spread. You can't go wrong. You just can't go wrong. So 3 tablespoons, which is the equivalent to this leftover jar. All right, we're down to the nitty gritty of ingredients here. Just gonna add 1 spoonful, just 1. You can do 2 if you want to, but I'm just gonna do 1 of almond butter. Almond butter. Peanut butter would work too. This is just gonna help it goop a little bit in like the cookie gooey texture. So 1 to 2 tablespoons of almond butter. I know everyone out there loves themselves some nut butters, so the more, the merrier, right? Date spread sweetens, nut butter kind of texturizes, and now this is like a mess. All right, that's everything now. So mix all this into a bowl. I shall show you. Another reason this recipe like works out the way that it does is, for example, the date dough has a mixture of almond flour, coconut flour. I licked the spoon before and now it's like coming back up. Sorry. What was I saying? The date dough has ground dates in it, so it tastes super sweet. If you don't use date dough in this recipe, I hate to break it to you, but you're gonna probably have to use coconut sugar. Sorry, not sorry. No substitutions. You need date dough. Plus it has all that cinnamony taste. It tastes, why am I even like trying to sell you on this? You need the date dough and you want the date dough. It tastes a million times better with the date dough. Otherwise, you have to add sugar to it. So you decide. I'm not gonna tell you what to do, but I am gonna tell you what tastes good, what is healthiest for you, and what I choose to do on this YouTube channel, in my life, in my business. Yeah, healthy baking is very doable, very possible. This is so doughy. Look how fun this is. It's coming out great. Bam-ba-de-dam. All right, so now we're gonna pour a bunch of chocolate chips in. Okay. Added sugar-free chocolate chips. We'll just throw like 2 handfuls. As many as you want though. Not too bad. Look, they look like real baking chocolate chips. See? I wouldn't recommend doing that too much though, because that will come out oddly in the toilet because there is stevia in there. All right, now we are talking and we mix. And add more chocolate chips. Why not? Why not? I feel like you can literally never have enough. It's a cookie cake, so 3rd handful and a half. Now we're good. Just quickly mix that in and then spray yourself a cookie dough pan. This is a standard 8-inch, maybe? Yeah, it's like just very standard. We're gonna make this into this. Okay, pause. I always use, like this is from Trader Joe's. It's olive oil spray, but it's 1 ingredient. It's just organic olive oil extract. Because a lot of these sprays you'll see have, let me show you. My mom has some like baking spray here, and first ingredient, you wanna guess? Any guesses? I'll tell you. It's soybean oil, AKA an industrialized seed oil, AKA the same thing as like canola oil. It causes inflammation in your body. It causes, in my opinion, I mean, studies and stuff is coming to show, I'm sure, but inflammation ultimately leads to a plethora of health problems and probably kind of affects your gut and probably kind of affects your microbiome and therefore your health in general, maybe even something like cancers and diseases and pain. Yeah. If you do one thing in your diet besides added sugar, try to avoid industrialized seed oils. And I have tons of stuff in my channel, other videos that talk about why you should do that, what they are exactly. Yeah, highly recommend avoiding industrialized seed oils. So we'll stick to olive oil spray, right? Yeah, right. Let's stick to olive oil spray. Or you can use actual like coconut oil to grease your pan, of course. And it'll come out in like a giant dough ball, as you can see. It's awesome. It's really cool. I kind of just want to eat it now. That always ends up happening. I'll just make some snickerdoodle date dough after this. But this is just for me, like I said. I'm gonna eat the whole thing. So we just press it down some. So here is the cookie cake. Now we're gonna put it in the oven on 350 degrees for 30 minutes. Quick little chat while this cookie cake cooks. I have people ask me all the time, like what I eat, how I look and feel, the way I do, and it's not like, man, I don't know, it's not something crazy. I literally eat my own products, date spreads, date doughs. I bake from scratch, essentially 3 to 6 times a week. Yeah, whether it's pancakes, date dough cookies, date cakes, banana breads, and then I'll snack on those when I do want to eat snacks. Yeah, I don't eat like packaged foods. I eat things like eggs and salmon and protein powder for protein sources. But honestly, like people overthink that kind of stuff because almond flour, quite literally, 2 tablespoons of it. And we used a half cup in that cake. 2 tablespoons of almond flour has 3 grams of protein. So you do the math. I don't know how many 2 tablespoons in a cup and a half of almond flour. That's like freaking, I don't know, a lot of protein. Plus the nut butter, plus there's protein a little bit in some date dough. You got 1 gram per 2 tablespoons. We added an egg. High in healthy fats. I mean, when you eat real food ingredients, you end up just by like a default eating healthier. It's just what happens when you eat real whole foods that don't have added like industrialized oils, like that soybean oil to it. So you always have to be careful too. Like, you know, you could think you're buying like almond butter and it has palm oil added to it or sugar added to it. So always read your labels. Always pick like the healthiest option you can when you have the option and availability to do so. Of course, we get caught in situations in life where you like you're at a restaurant or whatever, or you're at a party and it is what it is. But you control like 80% of your day and your life and your foods you're buying and putting in your mouth. So when you're 80% in control, make good choices. That's it. Literally it. I love the foods I eat. Fruits, smoothies, baked goods, big old salads that are like rainbow. Love it. And I eat those every day and I feel great. And with all that good energy in my body, I'm like excited and eager and wanting to go like exert it on a run or a yoga class or a fun workout, spins, whatever. Like it's this weird, not weird, it's this natural cycle of life. And when you start living out of line with that, based off of eating dry packaged foods that aren't nutrient dense and they're not hydrating and they don't have antioxidants or anything you really need to live other than, I mean, you can live off that stuff, but what kind of life is it? You end up getting sick, you get diseases, you don't feel well, you have no energy. I mean, if you want to call that living, call it living, but there's a better way to live, my friends. All right, let's check out this cake. This looks amazing! Check it out. Is that an amazing looking cookie cake or what? The snickerdoodle date dough with the almond flour, it's nice and crunchy on the top, all like caramelized. This is what I mean when I say you can make a healthy version of anything. I mean, this looks like the legitimate, like, chewy, chunky, thick. It's dense, you guys. It is dense. Chocolate chip cookie cake of your dream. And it's actually good for you. All right, thank goodness no one is home right now because I am eating this whole thing. I'm just gonna let it cool down for like 10 more minutes. Oh, this is the hardest part of baking, honestly, waiting for it to cool down. I'm gonna be patient. Okay, I can't wait anymore. It's going down. I don't know why I should put that there. Guys, it smells so good. Oh, how can I make you smell it through the screen? I can't, I don't care. Bum-ba-da-dum. This might be like freaking best recipe ever. I don't know, I have so many good recipes. I get so excited because sometimes I have total recipe fails on this channel where it's like supposed to be really cool and awesome and it doesn't come out really cool and awesome. This came out awesome. Cheers to this incredible cookie cake. Please like this video, subscribe to this channel, try this recipe, get yourself some date dough, get yourself some date spreads, live your best, healthiest, happiest life. Super fulfilling, more, never less of good stuff. Love you guys. Actually, I realized I didn't even taste it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now, give me that thumbs up.